hope you've had a great week. It's been hit and miss here in the UK with regards to the weather. I've finally got a lovely day and a few adventurous days ahead of me. So it's road trip time. My name is Shamir Shah. I'm a landscape photographer, passionate adventurer, mountain biker, and a devoted conservationist. A few years ago, my freedom and independence was nearly taken away from doing what I love by becoming a carer for my special needs son. Since then, I've doubled the stakes of my mission to make nature and the outdoors an inseparable and fundamental part of every family. This has now become my project. So this happens to be a solo road trip. It's just myself going out for a few days, and I'll explain why it's just myself when it should have been a family holiday. It should have been a family camping trip which should have lasted 4 days, but due to unforeseen circumstances we had to change the holiday itinerary in terms of the whole family coming out. Well, I'll explain that further in the video. Look at that, what's on the menu? Fantastic.
We take pre-orders from 4:30.
Okay, brilliant. Pizza. We're heading up towards there and then through the woods, up the hill, and we should be at the old Sarum. I believe it's a medieval site. I don't know too much about it, but we'll find out once we get there a little bit more about it. So as mentioned earlier, I am in Salisbury in Wilshire, and my campsite's right there where you can see some of the touring homes and the tents, and I'm staying there for a few nights. It should have been a family holiday, but for reasons beyond our control, it's just me. And a bit sad, because this would be really cool to do with my wife, my daughter and my son, and of course Mac. But it's not to be. A couple of weeks ago, my family and I went to a campsite in West Runton. West Runton is literally in the sticks, in the complete wilderness in Norfolk, sort of North Norfolk. Absolutely beautiful area. We had a great time. The kids enjoyed, my son enjoyed somewhat, and my wife and I enjoyed somewhat. And the reason I say somewhat is because we actually had a very tough time with my son. Some of you do know he's special needs, and the last few months, last few weeks especially, I'd say a couple of months to 6 weeks, have been very, very difficult. It gets especially difficult in terms of his behavior and the challenges he throws towards us during the holidays. And it is summer holidays at the moment, and it has been very, very difficult with him in terms of getting him sorted out. He needs 24-hour care, so in terms of what my wife does and how much she does to help him, prepare him, get him ready for breakfast, for lunch, when we're out and about, in the evening, bedtime, all that is an enormous task for her. An enormous task for me in terms of when we come camping, you want to expect to be on holiday and enjoy a little bit, but the challenges are so difficult that it's hard to say you're on holiday, because it doesn't feel like it sometimes. So especially in the last couple of weeks, his behavior has been very difficult. He is a teenager now, and perhaps it's his hormones kicking in, which is causing him to be a bit more difficult than normal. Not his fault, but he is very difficult. And to be fair, my wife and I couldn't take any more of camping and bringing him out and dealing with every bit of his needs and making sure he's in safe hands with 24-hour care, hygiene wise, food preparation. He only eats certain types of foods, so it just, long story short, it's really difficult. And so my wife decided and said, look, I don't think we should go camping again. Her and I had a good chat, and we decided not to go camping this time round. But she just said, look, you love camping and absolutely enjoy the wilderness and nature and hiking and mountain biking and cycling and all that. Why don't you go solo, have a great time? So I really appreciate her letting me go and letting me have a good time whilst she's at home with my son, preparing, tasking, doing things for him. My daughter didn't want to come either, because she's starting a new school in September and she's got so much work to catch up on that she's only got 2 weeks to that. She said herself, no, you go camping, Dad. I am going to stay with Mom, help her out and get through my work. So it's a very, very tough time that we're going through. Many of you don't know. My wife probably posts photos on Facebook and Instagram and whatnot, but you probably can't gather from those photos how difficult it is for us. And I really appreciate her letting me go camping. I think it's such a cool thing of her to do that. Dating back to the Neolithic period, Celtic, Roman, Anglo-Saxon, Saxon Viking, Norman, 18th century and 20th century. There's been a lot of stuff that's happened here.
It's up to you. I mean, I can take admission of you.
This would be the entrance to the castle, right here, coming up from the bridge, and this would be the royal entrance. There is a little information here if you are keen to know more about it. The arrival. So basically the royal passage coming up the bridge through here and into there. that's where the castle would have stood. And I just spoke to a gentleman who works here. He said a lot of this got disassembled because of money costs back in the day, and parts of Salisbury is actually built using the stones from this castle. So that's pretty much the entrance. Pretty amazing, pretty amazing. So much history. So this area here is the remains of the cathedral. That would be the castle. The mound you see there is a deep drop right there, and up above, inside, over there, would be where the castle once stood. And look at this. This is where the cathedral once stood. That's just too special. Wow. And the English Heritage has really maintained this place and kept it going. You know, good on them, and people work here and the volunteers who help out. They've done a great job. I wonder if you get a better view of the cathedral from up here. That's right there. You can see the spire right there. That was the old Sarum Castle and Cathedral. As you know, I've just arrived today to the campsite, and I thought to myself that I might as well hike up here, have a look before settling down and making some dinner. This should have been a family hike, as you know from my talk earlier. Unfortunately, my family couldn't be here, so I just would like to extend my appreciation and a big hug and a thank you to my wife for saying to me, you go have fun, I'll deal with this at home. And for her to sacrifice a holiday, for her to sacrifice a camping trip, coming out here to sacrifice her time and enjoyment, is something very special. She is a very strong woman, a very special woman, and I appreciate everything she does for me. And she's absolutely incredible. The whole family is incredible, but the things she lets go of so that others can enjoy, and that she sacrifices, makes her very special. And I hope in the near future things change, circumstances change, so that we can all enjoy and the family can enjoy together. Anyway guys, I've got a couple of miles hike back to the campsite. I don't want to video anymore. I want to hike and have a peaceful time back. So I truly hope you have enjoyed this video, you've enjoyed this journey, and if you've enjoyed what you've seen, then please go ahead and hit that like button. Is there any other historical sites you think are special and I should visit? Have you been to the Old Sarum? What did you think of it? It's a great family outing. Great family outing, hence why I arranged this as a family trip originally. And if you're new to the video and you've got to the end and you've enjoyed what you've seen, then please go ahead and hit the subscribe button down here or up here and support my channel. Thank you very much, and I will see you out and about.